Everyone, my name is David Hebbard, and today I just want to talk to everyone about getting comfortable, about being uncomfortable. The reason why I want to talk to people about this because it's very important that having this ability. But first thing is first, I'd like to welcome everyone that does come on board in this video, the YouTube and Facebook lives, and I'd like to say thank you everyone that does come on and the ones that do come on. And please share and like this video or my YouTube channel. That way we can pass this message around. So what I want to talk to people about is the fact is the uncomfortable feeling. What does it do to you? What does it do for your success? How does it prevent you from moving forward in your career, your work, in your business? Does this uncomfortable feeling make you stop you going into that advancement, or does it prevent you from getting where you really want to be? Does it keep you in that comfort zone? You need to ask yourself that, because if you're in a comfort zone because you don't want that uncomfortable feeling, isn't that the more reason to do it? Because when we start to feel comfortable with the uncomfortable, we start to grow. This is our mindset. This comes down to growth mindset. And we can develop a better way of approaching life. We can achieve what we want through life. But we have to step over that line. Because where the fun and magic happens is in the uncomfortable zone. Isn't that worth doing? Getting into that uncomfortable zone and being comfortable with that so you can develop yourselves, so you can be more successful, so you can be where you want to be in your career, or be wherever you want to be in your work, life, anything. What's it preventing you doing? If you were to say, if you looked at a mountain, but you know on top of that mountain you'll get a rush, you'll get that feeling of how good it feels to actually have climbed that mountain. But instead, you rather stay in the comfort zone down the bottom because what ifs are there. You know, you don't want to go out there and go, wow, you know, there's so much potential up there to see, because that comfort zone is holding you back. But when you step over that comfort zone and say, you know what, I am comfortable for being uncomfortable with this. I am uncomfortable, you know what? But growing with this. This is where the fun, this is where the magic happens. And by developing that mindset, you can approach things in a different way in your life, in your career, in your business, in success. We have not got limitations. You have not got limitations. It's just that comfortable zone that you stay in. So isn't it worth to move forward? Isn't it worth to be uncomfortable and be comfortable with it? I think it is. Because imagine your possibilities. Imagine what you could achieve by just being comfortable with that uncomfortable. What about being uncomfortable in a situation you have not control over? For example, say a single mum with an abusive partner and no family or friends to take her in. Single mum with an abusive partner. And that's a different concept about when we're looking about that. Of course, you're going to be uncomfortable with that because unfortunately, that is an environmental problem. You know, and someone is abusive, has abusive partner and they need help, you need to try to find them help. That's what you need to do when it comes to that sort of situation. But we're not talking about this sort of concept, but I like what you're saying, but I'll rather talk to you a bit more about that over private message, if that's okay. That way we can, I can give you some ways of how you could approach that, if that helps. So we do have situations where we cannot get ourselves out of, and It doesn't mean to stay comfortable in a situation that is not good for you. You've got to get out of that situation to be safe. And safety still comes first in severe situations. So, but in the other hand, for things on growth, how we can develop ourselves, how we can achieve more out of life, that's where we need to look at our comfort zone. You know, you've got a lot of potential. Every one of these guys that come on here or that don't watch it or watch it later, you have all got your own potentials. You have all got somewhere where you want. You've got a purpose. You've got a place where you can rise and be that true person that you want to be. But to do that, you need to get out of the comfort zone. To do that, you need to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Yeah, you might feel uncomfortable, and for instance, someone might say, oh, but I'm uncomfortable, I need to get a coach, for instance, but they're uncomfortable about paying such money to do one. But you know what? The benefits of that, in the end, work better. You might be uncomfortable for progressing in education, but when you just do it, you'll end up leaking awards later. And by doing that, it's very important for the growth. This is how we continue to learn. This is how we can develop better understanding of our inner selves, how we can become the people that we want to be. You struggle to get out of your comfort zone. That's why you just got to step over it. Because the comfort zone, it's your safe zone. It's where you want to stay safe. So when you stay safe, you're not progressing. But I would love to help you with that a bit further if you're interested, Philippa. So please send me a PM and we can go through more details about that. Once again, anyone that's on here on either the two live streams that I've got running, please comment. If you've got questions, ask me. I'm more than happy to stay on here and talk to you guys. And once again, for all the newcomers that just came on board, thank you. I really appreciate you watching. And please share and like this. That way we can pass it on to a lot more people. And if you've got any comments, please feel free, comment below. That way I can answer your comments. And if I can't answer them on the live, I'll answer them directly to you. Okay? And welcome everyone that has come on board. So, say let's look at a comfort zone in a different way. You stay in this comfort zone here, but this comfort zone is a way of saying safe, because safety is a mechanism. But that safety mechanism is preventing you from reaching the pot of gold. And you know you're in disagreement. You're in a complete disagreement with it. But the point is that if you want to get to where this pot of gold, you do need to get out of that safety zone. But when you get out of that zone, that's when the magic happens. That's when we can develop the way how to find where you want to be, the life that you want to have. It's about developing you as a person, the true you, the true being of what you're here for. So, and Philippa, it's just a chat, just a general chat, so no, there isn't. And so in the end of the day, it's about getting out of that zone, can grow. So you can grow to the person that you want to be. Every one of you have a passion. Every one of you probably have dreams. Every one of you has probably got somewhere that you really want to be, someone that you want to be. Now, it doesn't mean you have to stay there. You just might need the help to get there. How to get out of that comfort zone. Sometimes that's just having that right guidance, that person to lead you, to help you go there. Sometimes it's about looking at the inner stuff that we've got to deal with. Sometimes it's the belief systems that are holding us back. And if it is the belief systems, well, they can be changed. Anything can be corrected. We can achieve anything we want. We just need to follow a process and look at the growth mindset. We just need to develop that to bring that true self out. So by being in that comfort zone, you're just restricting yourselves for what potential you really do have. You all have potential, every one of you. So isn't it time to start to feel comfortable about the uncomfortable? Isn't it time to look at the feeling of being uncomfortable and saying, you know what? That's where growth is. That's where the gold is. That's where my life exists. All I have to do is step over and find a way through it. You'll thank yourself later. If you could think about this maybe 2 years' time, and you sat back in 2 years' time and you stepped over that comfort zone and you put yourself back into this live that you've seen tonight. And if I ran into you in the street, what would you say to me? If you stepped over that line and achieved what you wanted to achieve, what would you say? How would you feel? How could this impact you? And by doing that and understanding that simple principle, what could your life look like in 2 years' time if you just felt comfortable with the uncomfortable and stepped over the line? How can your life change? How could your life be better? How can you develop what you really want to be? Your purpose, your being. All it comes down to is thinking ahead and thinking 2 years' time, what can I achieve? What would that look like? So in the end of the day, stepping over that comfort is probably the best thing that you could do. Stepping into the unknown, the uncomfortable zone, and saying, you know what, I am comfortable with this. How can my life change for this? You know, for some people, it could just be just climbing a mountain. Now, I say this because a lot of people climb mountains and they sit there and go so far up because mountains can be quite scary, can be quite overwhelming, especially when you're looking down to right down to the bottom. And there's nothing but sheer drop. Of course, that could be scary. There's nothing wrong with being scary. It's about looking at it and saying, yeah, cool, you know what? I've done it. I'm enjoying it. Welcome everyone that's just came on board. So in the end of the day, isn't that worth something for you? Isn't that worth you to explore what your uncomfortable zone is and just be comfortable with it and say, you know what, it is okay. For someone in there, one of you guys out there, you might like to be on video, might want to be on do lives like this. Is it uncomfortable at first? Yes, it is. Do you have confidence doing this at first? No. Do you get confidence? Yeah. Because when you look at confidence, people, that's another thing. People stay comfortable because they don't have the confidence. But what if confidence is just something that you do? It's not something that just magically appears. It's just something that you do by going into the uncomfortable zone and say, I'm comfortable with this. Did you have confidence when you drove a car for the first time? Did you have confidence when you walked for the first time? Did you have confidence when you learned to cook for the first time? Probably not. But you got confidence when you started working with it. You got confidence because you stepped out of that comfort zone. Now it's about looking at the uncomfortable zone, being uncomfortable and saying, you know what, I am comfortable with this. I am comfortable at stepping out of this circle and seeing what my life can bring. This is all you need to do. Welcome everyone that has come on board. So in the end of the day, isn't this worth something more to you. If you could achieve this, achieve your goals, get to where you want to be, all because you accepted this one principle and just be comfortable with the uncomfortable so you can achieve what you want, this is all it comes down to. It's just a matter of doing it and applying it. You've all got the abilities to do it. So if anyone's got any questions, please put the questions up, and I'm more than happy to answer some questions if anyone's got any. So I do encourage questioning, and that way I can understand your situation and say if I can help you. Because each one of you have got your own journey. Each one of you have got your own wanting or where you want to be. Now, there's nothing wrong with you having what you want and getting there. So that was basically what I wanted to talk to everyone about today. And I hope everyone enjoyed my 2 live casts. I did one on YouTube, which is the first time I've done that. I was uncomfortable doing that, doing a YouTube and a Facebook Live at the exact same time. But you know what? It was actually quite easy. There's nothing wrong. It was no drama with it. So please like and share my Facebook video, and like and share my YouTube channel, because that would be much appreciated. Please share it to people that you know could benefit from this. And if no one's got any questions, I'll catch you on my next live. And I appreciate everyone's support that they've given me by coming onto my lives. And I say thank you to everyone. So I'll catch everyone later, and I'll see you on my next live. Unless there's any more questions, I'll give another round. And if any of you need help, I can help you achieve what you want. Just have to ask. So thank you everyone who came on board. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on my next live. See yous.